Hi, everybody. I'm Darren Lynch, founder and CEO of Irish Titan. Welcome to another Whiskey Shot. With us today, we have Eric Peterson from Woodworkers Hardware. Hi, Eric. How you doing today?
Great, Darren. Thanks for having me.
You bet. Thanks for being part of it. Looking forward to chatting. And obviously, you may watch this at any given time, but you may also have a pretty sound guess that we're doing this during Christmas season because Eric is wearing a sweater that he can describe. The ugly Minnesota Vikings sweater.
It's ugly on many levels, Darren. We'll leave it at that. How about that?
Right. In our pregame, no pun intended, Eric and I were talking a little bit. I'm a Steelers fan. Growing up in Iowa, you can pick any team you want. So even though I live in Minneapolis, I'm a Steelers fan. And our teams just played last Thursday, and I have an ugly Steelers sweater. But by chance, I was not wearing it today. Otherwise, that would have been quite the coincidence.
Yes.
All right, so just for the sake of the audience, for the benefit of the audience, perhaps I should say, Eric, give a quick bio of yourself and tell everybody what Woodworkers Hardware does.
Absolutely, thank you. So I am president of Woodworkers Hardware, which actually is a component of, we have a wholesale distribution business, and our customers are largely cabinet shops located mostly throughout the U.S. Probably 90% of our business is in the 7-8 regional Midwest. And so Woodworkers Hardware is a growing segment, and as a distribution business and looking at, doing my job of managing the departments, it's critical to focus on that retail. It's a small slice of the pie, but it's a meaty slice of one. So we're always working to grow e-commerce and our retail operations and explore new territories, things like that. Obviously, you can reach markets online that we can't always reach with having to deliver to our wholesale. So that's in a nutshell kind of what we do.
Great. Thanks for that download. I think that sets the table well for some of our conversation. One of the things that you contributed in a very articulate manner at Ecomm Forum last fall was the notion of managing, setting, enhancing customer expectations, right? Like I think you were really articulate about some ideas there, the care that needs to go into that, et cetera. Why don't you share with the audience some of your thoughts?
Yeah, thank you, Darren. I mean, the pressure facing us with supply chain disruption is every day, it's constant. And so our customers aren't privy to all that information. Everybody, unless you've lived in a cave, knows that it's tough to get stuff right now. However, we've had time and again instances where our just communicating and reaching out, good, bad, or otherwise, just the act of engaging in that customer, knowing where we're at and feeling okay, they know where my order is, they're at least mindful of it, I'm not lost, has been so valuable. So, and on top of when information does come that's valuable, of course, you want to pass that along, and that can be email blasts. With a number of customers, you're not always going to be able to place a personal phone call, but we try. And even websites posting on specific product pages. So there's a variety of ways to manage expectations, but at the end of the day, it's golden when you're going through the effort and doing it. And sometimes when the information is bad, it's easy not to, but I know that served us well in this environment, Darren.
Yeah, I think that sometimes when the information's bad or faulty or absent some information that the merchant consumer might find valuable, that really is an opportunity, right? It's sort of like you and I talking on vacation, but it's raining, or are you on vacation and it's raining, right? And so I think that one of the things I have internally here, and I particularly use this with our project management practice, is clients don't expect perfection, they expect honesty.
For sure.
Because no matter what our line of work is, we all encounter within our own four walls problems, right? So we don't expect other people to not have problems. I think when people get frustrated is when those maybe lead to not sharing information, et cetera. So it's that opportunity for customer service and bad news to actually enhance the experience.
No doubt. Yeah, I think there's some human nature of when you don't know something, your mind's going to fill in the blank negatively. And so our customers, if they're not getting a response back and the timeline has passed where they were expecting a product, or at least an update of a product, you have to head that off at the bend and just give them whatever we know. And sometimes it's good, but other times it's, I'm sorry, our vendor just let us know it's going to be another 4 weeks. But But if outside of doing that, man, you can assume everything, right? The order got lost. They forgot about me. It's not going to be it's for another year. Sometimes they're just going worst case scenario when they don't have to. So it takes time, it takes effort. It doesn't lead to a sale, right? There's not immediate dollars to be gained from doing it, but you said it, it's an opportunity in these times. Build that loyalty, build that rapport with your customer base, and they'll hang with you for the long haul.
Right. Bad news doesn't get better with age. It's better to rip that Band-Aid off.
Right.
One of the things we talked about too is pricing. I want to share some of your thoughts around pricing right now in today's environment.
Yeah, well, kind of piggybacking from rapport and trust and respect that, everybody's facing labor challenges, increased material costs, things in this environment, nothing has gone down, right? And so no business in a competitive landscape wants to face the pressure of, man, if we raise our prices right now, competition's going to eat our lunch. We are absolutely going to lose sales. It's a scary act to do. And yet, I'm reminded in this environment, Darren, that if you make it about everything but price, so for us in our model, selling to cabinet shops, we pride ourselves on being knowledgeable about every product, the installation, the application, the use. You have everything from, the European model, which uses, of course, millimeters and a different scale. It's the metric versus standard. So very quickly, we can add some value to our customer and just help them out. Therefore, when it comes time to raise prices, that groundwork has been laid. They are going to trust that, okay, we know prices and things have gone up. This is not just Woodworkers Hardware trying to make an extra buck. This is legit. And even in September, going through the exercise, having some trepidation, a little nervous about doing it, even there, I filled in the blank negatively because I expected a lot more pushback when we did it. And I don't think I can count on 3 fingers maybe out of thousands and thousands of customers that had anything negative to say. So I'm proud of that. I think that's a reflection of our people taking the time in doing things what's best for the customer and not always making it about the dollar and about price.
Absolutely right. That's, I think, great, clear evidence of the value you're adding, right? It's a reflection on your company because you have a lot more pricing power when you have a lot more value add, right? Sure. That's what moves you away from competing on price. So exactly. Kudos to you. So we try to keep these whiskey shots brief, right? And so let's start to draw to a close. Is there any one takeaway that you'd like to leave the audience with?
Yeah, my thing today, I think, is just get creative. Too often there's so many excuses available, whether it's the supply chain, whether it's the pandemic. There are a lot of reasons to just be stuck, and yet engage your people, listen to your customers, listen to even the employees that are on the ground, boots on the ground, doing the work, and then also stay high as a leader and assess situations so you can react and throw out and change and evolve. Because I think the pressures that have come from this year, out of necessity, mind you, have just come. They've been the birthplace of wonderful solutions and efficiencies gained, on top of having to increase margins a little bit or raise price. So that's my takeaway today: is just get creative. Don't fall into that trap of you can't control it, so it doesn't pay to get creative. It always pays to get creative. So there you go.
Get creative. That's a great takeaway. Thank you, Eric, for being part of Ecomm Forum 2021. We appreciate it. Thanks for all the work we've done together. Looking forward to more of that in the future, including all the business conversations we have about leadership and culture and team. Those are incredibly invigorating. So thank you for those.
Thanks for having this forum and just being a host, and you always bring good points to light. So wish you all the best next year, Darren, as well.
All right. Thank you, Eric. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. More whiskey shots to come in the future. Sláinte.